Yeah, thanks for having me again. Besides yesterday, I think I got like 12 minutes, but that's no problem. I'd just like to share something quite small, which we're doing in our company to help myself and my colleagues to handle actually problems and errors in Podio more efficiently. I'm hoping not to scare away people by mentioning errors. This is going to be a really high level overview just of how we do it, not really in a technical sense. All right. So first of all, I'd like to mention or have a disclaimer that this idea is heavily built upon the idea that Andreas posted from ProcFu like, I don't know, half a year ago, maybe a year ago, on how to get all your problems in one place and manage them more efficiently rather than always having to, ad hoc jump into things when they arrive in your notifications or stuff like that. So what we built for ourselves is two workspaces. The first one we just simply call Podio, and it has a representation of the main things for all our clients. So basically a list of organizations or clients, basically, the workspaces, the apps, and the flows. All this stuff is synced once a week currently. So it basically holds all the most current data. Again, thanks to ProcFu, we were able to do this. Second, we have another workspace, which is, I think my screen is a bit dark, but I hope that works. So the second one we built is the logs, or I should basically rename it something like control center or something. And that's where actually all the stuff happens that the errors do come in, daily, hourly, whatever. And that's where we take action. What I did here is like 90% of what comes in here is even automated, means like it disappears again from this list without me or one of my colleagues doing anything at all. I just turned it off now for the purpose of the demo. So otherwise you wouldn't see anything, and that's not the idea, right? So now if we talk about, things that should not happen, errors, if you like, there's three categories in our point of view. The first one would be the Podio API, well, not doing what it's supposed to do. It's hammered too much, or it has a bad moment, and it throws an unexpected or unreachable type of error, and something, mostly a flow, did not happen, and that's actually a problem because something was not executed in the right way. The second type of error would be like, I don't know, maybe a calculation not running would be the most obvious example, where you have, calculation did only ran for like half of the items. You don't get any notification logs, whatever for that, but it's also like a problem which you want to solve. And thirdly, it's like the stuff you decide for yourself, which you want in here as well. You say, I don't know, something in a flow does not yield the correct result as you feel like it, then you can also add it to this list and take action upon it later, right? So if you go to the first type of error, that would be the Podio API misbehaving. And then we go to our main app. Let me just take this one, for example. So what we see here is the source is email. And why is that? That is because we said in Globiflow or Podio workflow automation, send all the stuff that should not happen to this specific email address, which is email to app to this app. So we see kind of metadata about which item it concerns and what actually the problem was, right? And then I have here some hidden buttons I'm going to show you first. For example, if it came in by email, I can say, show me the email. That's what Globiflow sent to me, okay? Right, I can parse it again or assign the flow again. But that in this case, it went all fine. So we see here it concerns this flow, or I can go directly to Globiflow to touch upon it, right? If I hide it again, Okay, so what it concerns basically is these four buttons, and the first two are the most important ones. So first one would be refresh item. What does it really do? It goes into this item. Let me just open it in another tab here. And if I go like this and I go refresh item, it will, well, run some magic here. And obviously it's not going to do it because I'm giving a live demo, but it should show something here. No, it doesn't. Anyway, you just have, there it is. Okay, so now it's actually fixing the problem by rerunning what the flow. It's basically reran this flow, and it set the item, the error log is now set to handled, meaning it's disappeared from the list. And that's what I said earlier on. This, well, it should, this already a new one. It should be an empty list all of the time, because every 15 minutes we have what's called in technical terms a cron job, which goes through this and tries to solve as many as possible. And we have, like, I don't know, a success rate of, well, maybe 90%. We can solve like that. And the other 10%, we get a notification and we have to solve them manually. Right? So if I go back into the item, there's a second one, just to run the flow again. Sometimes your problem is you need to do a refresh of the item. Sometimes the problem is, yeah, just run the flow again and you're good to go. Right? Okay. So the second one would be, like I said, calculations not running, and you would solve them by running this thing again, just to refresh the item. How does that work? When we go here, or here maybe, we have two views, which are luckily empty. They should be empty all the time. They're really the same views, but the only difference is the one filters on today and the other one is like the full stuff, the stuff that couldn't get solved today. And that basically just works on some logic in your app that says, yeah, there's something wrong which I do not want, put it in the view, and from there on our control center will take care of it and process it automatically, right? And then lastly, the third type of thing you want to record in the control center is something which you define, this is a problem I want it in my control center, and you just do it in Quivvy like this. You put in a create new item brick and you fill it up with with a message and the flow ID basically, and the control center takes it from there and